Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by Easy Cooking tonight. Tonight I thought I would avoid making another soup in favor of making something a little bit different. You know, I've been making soups and pastas and stuff, and I thought tonight I would make ceviche. I love ceviche, but I'm not going to make you a regular southwestern variety of ceviche, doing it the Spanish way or the Mexican way. Tonight I'm going to make ceviche the Southeast Asian way because, as many of you know, I love Southeast Asian flavors. And I'm going to use a fish tonight called swai, the same fish I used in my Tom Yum Goong recipe last week. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people like swai. A lot of people wrote to me and said, I love swai, and so do I. But a lot of consumers out there don't even know what swai really is. So let me tell you. Swai is basically a shark variety of catfish from Southeast Asia, from around the Mekong Delta Basin region of Vietnam and the Chao Phraya region of Vietnam. It's also the #1 farmed fish in all of Thailand. It's their #1 aquaculture product that's consumed and exported to the United States from Thailand, and the Thais love it, and so do we here in America. But basically it's a catfish. So why do we call it swai instead of catfish? And that's because the Department of Agriculture had to reach an agreement with the government of Thailand to not allow that fish to come into the States and be called catfish, because the catfish farmers here in the United States didn't want another product coming into the country being called catfish and possibly muscling in on their financial territory. So they call it swai. In Thailand, they call it tra. Okay, some people call it baso. That's incorrect. That's another variety of fish. Some people call it pangius. That's another variety of fish. It's tra, but we call it swai. And it's a nice firm fillet, nice white flaky firm fillet, and I prefer it over American catfish. Sometimes American catfish can get a little bit fatty, a little bit too greasy, and swai is solid muscle, solid muscle. It's a great fish. So tonight I'm going to make a Southeast Asian inspired, Thai inspired ceviche using swai, and as usual with YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going. I'll see you guys on the other side. So the first and foremost ingredient we need to make ceviche using swai is the swai. Here's 2 pounds of fresh filet I got at the local market, and I'm going to dice this up about 1/2-inch squares. I might do it on the bias, give it a little different shape. But the first ingredient we need to make Thai ceviche, the swai. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients we're going to use to make this Southeast Asian inspired ceviche. First and foremost, we have cilantro. We have limes. Red onion that's going to be sliced paper thin. Garlic. An orange, some lemongrass, a couple of lemons, a whole bunch of Thai chilies because it's going to be hot, and a grapefruit. This will be a very simple recipe, a very tasty recipe, and I think I'm going to toss in some shrimp as well. We might add some extra ingredients later, but for right now, this will be the base of it all. Okay, so now it's time to make some ceviche. Let's get going. Okay, guys. It's time to put this ceviche together. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the swai fillets into a flat Pyrex. Don't use a bowl, because if you use a bowl, all the sedimentation, all the juices, all the citrus will end up at the bottom. When you use a flat Pyrex like this, it gets distributed nice and evenly. So we're going to pat the fish down. I put a little handful of shrimp in here that I found as well, because shrimp just complements ceviche. And I'm going to press this down. I'm going to put some salt over the surface of the swai. The salt will help withdraw some of the water from the swai fillets. Believe me, this shaker isn't using a whole lot of salt. You just want a little. Just a little layer right on top. Help get that water out of the fish. Then some coarse ground black peppercorns. Now, This is Thai bird chili. Okay, I slice them as thin as possible. Okay, I suggest you do the same because these are rather hot. Now, I like the heat, and there's about 8 of them here that I'm using. Then on top of that, some slivered red onion. Get this as thin as you can get them. Use a mandolin, use a knife, doesn't matter. Just get these red onions as thin as you can get them and put a nice layer on top. There we go. And then to this, cilantro. Rough cut cilantro. The flavors of Southeast Asia. My fave. Alright, spread it out on top. Okay, now to this is lemongrass. I've pounded the lemongrass with the back of a knife, and then I've peeled the layers of lemongrass bark off the stalk that I had, and I'm just going to use 3 of these little bows. It's not so much for flavor, it's for the aroma. It's aromatic. And then on top of this, I have my bowl of citrus. Limes, lemon, orange, grapefruit. Okay. Now I'm going to cover this just like so. And I'm going to put a cover on this and let it sit in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. It'll take about 2 hours to cook. And then I'm going to plate it and show you a couple of different ways that you could serve this dish. It's going to be delicious, so I'll see you in 2 hours. Let's get ready. Only to show that I'm human, I forgot to add the garlic, so I had to reach into the refrigerator and grab the garlic. You cannot have ceviche without garlic. Oh, a little bit got on the countertop here. Okay. You can use as much or as little as you like. Some people use only 2 cloves, 4 cloves, and I'm using about 6 cloves. All right, there we go. Like I said, this is going to sit in my refrigerator and cook for about 2 hours in the citrus, and then it's going to be time for dinner, so I'll see you in 2 hours. Okay guys, here it is. I've been letting this ceviche sit for actually 2.5 hours, and it's finally done. Look at those lovely colors. Look at the purple from the onion, and the green from the cilantro, and the white from the cooked fish and shrimp in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plate this up a couple of different ways to show you how I'm going to eat this for dinner, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here are some of my favorite ways of making this ceviche. Here's a nice stuffed avocado, delicious on a summer day. And here's a nice stuffed cucumber half, seeded, pitted, wonderful on a summer day. And the tomato, a nice stuffed half Roma tomato, just delicious. My 2 favorites are right here. The ceviche tacos, the Southeast Asian seafood taco, just delicious. This is just a sample of the ways that you can make this ceviche dish. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make this recipe. I'm getting real hungry. It's time for dinner, so I'm going to eat this stuff right now. Hey guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like my Southeast Asian inspired ceviche. I've been waiting to get this going all day, and I'm really hungry, so I'm going to eat my dinner. I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you make this recipe. I know you really enjoy it. It's a little bit of a different twist from the standard Southwestern ceviche. And if you want the recipe on how to do it, you can find it at my blog over at richardblaineseasycooking.com. I hope you go there. I hope you check it out. I know you'll like this recipe. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.